Hi, this is Ildi from Neurocentric Health and Fitness, and today's practice is going to be on the chair. So you will need a chair, and if you could grab a chair that has a back, because we're going to be using the back of the chair for support and as a prop. You also need a blanket or a towel and a yoga block. I have it hidden under the chair. So before we start, I just want to make sure that you know that this is a spinal mobility practice. We're going to be moving the spine and the pelvis in all directions. If it doesn't feel right, you might want to slow it down a little bit and you might want to lessen the range of motion. If it feels good and you're ready to explore what your spine can do, feel free to go there. I will not put any music on, but if you have a favorite tune, just put the music on. I want to make sure that you hear me clearly. There is not going to be any kind of holding. Maybe a couple of seconds in each position is more of a movement. Please listen to your body. So let's start with sitting on your chair on your sit bones. Find the four corners of the feet and press them down. Make sure that the heels are pressing down, the ball of the feet are pressing down, and look at your toes. Can you lift your toes off the floor without lifting the ball of the foot off the floor? Can you spread your toes? Spread them as much as you can. I'm showing it with my hands, but you're actually doing it with your feet. And then press the toes down onto the floor. Keep the weight on the heels and keep the weight on the ball of the foot so you ground it. And when you ground it, you can feel that the spine wants to lengthen. That is the point. Then close your eyes for a moment and notice how you breathe. Do I breathe through my nose? Do I breathe through my mouth? And what is my breathing rate? Just take a few breaths. If it was all mouth breathing, can we bring it to the nose? Maybe exhale a second longer than your inhale is. And then open your eyes, look straight ahead. Look directly at me, wide open with the eyes, and blink 5 times, both eyes. Then look up all the way to the back of your head, both eyes, and blink 5 times. And then look to your right ear with both eyes. I know it's funny, try not to turn the head, and blink 5 times. Then take your eyes to the left ear and blink 5 times. And then now look down to your chin without moving the neck and blink 5 times. And now open your eyes and it actually feels that you're sitting a little taller. Take your eyes up where you were looking and then start making a circle around. Bring it to your side, down to the bottom, all the way up to the left, all the way around. Try not to cut corners. This is a full circle. Go the opposite direction. Notice how easy or how hard this is. This is a great exercise to do when you're stuck at the computer all day long. So your eye muscles are actually get a little different working there. Then have the feet wide, a little wider than your hips. Sit to the front of your chair and tilt the pelvis forward. Then tilt the pelvis back. Notice how the rib cage wants to move with that. So pretend that someone is holding you by the crown of the head if you were suspended from the ceiling, and the spine stays long. So although the thoracic spine is moving, the pelvis is the primary mover. Can we tilt the pelvis? Not as easy as we would think. And now, instead of working with the torso yet, can you do a little pelvic circles on the chair? So this feels like you're sitting on the sit bones and you're just making these tiny circles. It's very important for hip, sacroiliac joint, and low back mobility. So that was hard. Now let's move the thoracic cage, your rib cage. This is much easier. Lift the chest straight up, look up, And then when you exhale, sink the chest in. Tuck in the chin. You might see me keeping my head up because I'd like to see you. Inhale and lift the chest up again. Notice how quickly we stop the movement when there is still more movement. This is the time to explore that. Can I add a little more arch through the mid-back? Can I sink my chest bone between my shoulder blades into the rib cage? Look in the mirror, you can see how much I'm rounded. And then again, forward. And then back. Come on back, nice and tall. Take the rib cage from side to side. If you have taken a class with me before, you know this is one of my favorite exercise. Great. And now we're going to make this fourth part a circle with the rib cage. And there are so many more movements we're going to be exploring through. I just want to have you warmed up with each segment for the spine. Great. So remember the pelvic work and the thoracic work. Find your right foot and bring the right foot behind you. It's nice to have something soft in there. Scoot a little bit to the right side of the chair so you can take the right leg behind you. Top of the right foot is on the floor. And you're just gonna have the right heel pointing up to the ceiling, the right knee completely released down to the floor. Find your pelvis again, and we're gonna do some pelvic tilt. Tilt the pelvis forward and tilt the pelvis back. We're gonna repeat that a couple of more times. It's a pelvic movement. You might say, yes, it's a pelvic movement, but my spine is moving with me. Of course it does, it's all connected. Just focus on initiating the movement with the pelvis. Once you tilted the pelvis forward, find the top of the foot and press it down into that soft pillow or cushion or blanket that you have. Press it straight down and then pretend that you're going to pull the leg forward. So we just mobilize the hip, knee and ankle, and now we add in a strength component. Notice when you keep still press, when you keep pressing the top of the foot down, the spine has to lengthen to hold you. And then release that, lean away and bring the foot back. And now scoot a little bit to the middle of the chair for a moment. Lift all toes up as we did earlier, spread the toes and then put them back down and feel the difference between the front of the foot where your foot meets your ankle. The right foot should feel a little lighter. Scoot to your left. Take your left leg behind you. The top of the foot is on the floor, so this is an instep stretch. Heel is pointing up to the ceiling. Tilt the pelvis forward. Tilt the pelvis back. Tilt the pelvis forward. Notice the difference between the two sides. Tilt the pelvis back. And then tilt the pelvis forward. Now keep the pelvis tilted forward. Find the top of the foot and press it straight down onto the floor. You would feel the muscles in the front compartment to engage. Now pretend that you want to pull the leg forward. You still have that contraction to the top of the foot. You might feel your hip flexors engaging and you might feel your jaw engaging. So relax the face, relax the jaw. This is not a TMJ exercise, this is a foot exercise. And then release that and lean away. Come back to the middle of the chair. Lift all your toes, spread the toes wide, and then take the feet, the feet are already on the floor. Take the toes back onto the floor. Great. Bring the heels a little closer to you. Come up on the toes, lift your heels, and notice if your ankles started to compensate by rolling in or out. Can you lift the ankles straight up? Put the weight on the toes, press down with each toes. Then start taking the ball of the foot down onto the floor and lift the toes. We did not drop the heels all the way down. So toes are off, even the pinky toe. Talk to your pinky toe. The control of the pinky toe, the voluntary control of the pinky toe is actually telling me how much control you have on your hip muscles. So if those guys are not listening down here, you better start talking to them. Good. Now keep pressing to the ball of the foot and then just release the heels but lift the toes. You should feel a stretch in your Achilles tendon. Drop the toes, relax for a second. We'll do that one more time. All weight onto the toes, lift the heels. Notice right away, just look at my right foot. If I'm not correcting, my right leg would do this. That's not correct. That is a lot of compensation through the ankle. Used to play hoops, a lot of ankle sprain in there. So that's the natural movement for my ankle. So straight up, straight up, straight up. Much harder than you would think. Notice all kind of compensations happening. Now start lifting the toes. You drop in the heels a little bit, but you stay on the ball of the foot. Press down if you have a couple of bugs in there. And then just press down under the big toe joint, press down under the pinky toe joint. Few times. And then keep the toes lifted and higher up while you're taking the ankles down. Straight down. Don't let it compensate again. Look at that. When we pay attention, we discover all the issues that we have. And then place the feet down onto the floor, and then it should feel that the feet are really light now. Come and sit to the front of your chair and have the knees and the feet wide. Turn the toes out to about a, 20-degree angle, and make sure that the knees are pointing out. Lift the chest up. Place the hands onto the thighs, wherever you're comfortable. Make sure that the knees are not coming in. Lift the chest up. Look up. We have done this work already with the thoracic spine. Can you, after you lifted the chest up, can you also tilt the pelvis forward? So if I ask you to show me your sit bones in the back, you would do that. That's all your inhale. Exhale, the whole thing is going to round. Chest is going to sink in. I'm letting the chest move into the rib cage, out be the shoulder blades, and tilt the pelvis back. And pull the belly button up, in and up. Think about if you have ever wore jeans that were really tight and you wanted to zip it up and you needed to pull your belly in so you would not get caught in there. Got the picture? That's a belly pull. Inhale up. Lift, lift, lift. Let the shoulders move away from your spine, from your ears. And then exhale, start rounding with the thoracic spine. Shoulders come up, neck tucks in. Pull the belly. Tilt the pelvis backwards. Find that tight jeans with the zipper. Pull it in. And then come onto a straight line. Doesn't it feel good? Find your rib cage. Take it to one side. Back to the middle, take it to the other side. Let's do that a little differently. Take your right arm out to the side, turn the thumb up, and then pretend that someone is grabbing your arm, and it pulls you all the way out. Notice I'm not letting the armpit drop. I'm reaching high. This arm is making sure the left knee is not coming in, and I keep the weight grounded on the left sit bone, much harder than you would think. And then to the left side. Reach all the way out. Reach, reach, reach. Lengthen. If there is a tightness, the right booty will come off the floor. Let's keep that. Come on back. And now we connect these four spots. So is a thoracic circle, is a rib cage circle. All arched. All the way to the side. All the way to the back. Release the head. If you see me lifting the head, it will pop up when I'm talking, just to make sure that you can hear me. One more time. Make it as big as you can. When you go right, left knee is not coming in. When I'm pulling in, both knees, none of the knees are coming in. And when I go left, right knee is not caving in. 2 circles to the other direction. Make sure that your chest is facing forward. I will show you something in here. If this side is tight, my circle is going to become like this. Notice the difference. We don't want to reinforce patterns that are already faulty. That will lead to compensation, tissue damage, pain, and eventually injury. Great. So that was easy. We're going to make this a little harder. I'd like you to look down and think that you see a spot directly under your tailbone. We're going to draw an imaginary 8. That tailbone spot would be the middle. So you have a loop in front of you and the loop behind you. And we're going to have to follow that route with the chest, a smaller loop to the front, a smaller loop to the back. 2 times in each direction. Notice when you come forward or maybe to the side, the knees want to come in. No, no, no. We keep that open. And if you cannot figure out how the heck I can do a figure 8, just find the widest, longest range of motion that you can and make up your own pattern, as long as you move in the spine. Great. And we have one more circle in here, and that's going to be an infinity sign. So we flip that figure 8, and then we create a loop to the side from side to side. So it's a side loop to the right, side loop to the left, and then we'll have the chest facing forward to the horse position. So starting out right and forward, keeping the chest forward. Think about that your chest is the headlight of the car, and any movement I do, I still want to keep the headlights of the car shining forward. I will show you a quick compensation in here because this is my tighter side. If I don't pay attention, look what happens to the light. And I would just accommodate my faulty pattern. So I'm going to work a little harder. And when I reverse the direction, when I work a little harder, you can see and I can feel the tension in the facial muscles. And if I don't pay attention to the tension, I can feel that my shoulders are rising up to my ears. And then bring the legs back and just sit, lean back. And your spine should already feel, I'm ready to do a handstand or whatever you'd like to do. Well, we're not done yet. We're going to make this even better. So this is when you're going to need a block on each side. We'll go one side first. So let's take the left leg out to the side. And let's have the left leg as straight as you can with the whole foot is on the floor. Look at that left arch. Make sure that the left arch is not caving in. Watch this. If the left arch caves in, look what happened to the knee. That is a lot of medial meniscus injury. So we're going to lift that left inner arch. We're going to lean sideways and bring the right arm on the block, directly under the shoulder. This is very important, directly under the shoulder. If the block is too far and I put weight on it, we do not want to go there. Straight down. Once I stabilize that, straight line, all physics is a force. We're going to straighten the left arm up and take it to a full side angle. Think that you're stuck between 2 glass doors and you can't lean back. You would just lean sideways. If there is a shoulder issue in the left, you bend the elbow and you support the arm on the top of the head. If there is a neck issue, you create a cradle and you support the neck. Other than that, you just press the outer left foot down and you reach through the fingertips. Bend this right arm, or maybe if you are able, now please don't overreach. Find something that works for you. Take the chest up to the ceiling, lift that left inner arch and breathe through the left side of the body. Look up. If this makes you dizzy, close your eyes. One more breath in here. And then slowly reach that left arm up. That's going to pull the spine up. Bring the hands to the hips and bring the leg in. And notice the difference from side to side. Of course, we have to do this on the other side. Take the right leg out. Make sure that the left, you have a block on the left. Turn those right toes forward. Press down to the right outer edge of the foot. Notice if I'm letting that, I know I showed it on the other side, but I see it so often. If I let that arch collapse, I'm killing my meniscus and my medial collateral ligament on the right. I don't want to do that. Re-straighten the leg. Lift the right inner arch. Lengthen the leg out from the hip. Find a block directly under the shoulder. We've been through that. Left hand is on the block. Right arm is going to reach. And can I create the longest version of my side? No leaning forward, no leaning back. If I could go lower, I will. If I go lower, I make sure, look at that right inner arch, that is not collapsing. Lengthen from the right outer heel through the right fingertips. Turn the chest up to the ceiling. Look up. Shoulder issues, soft arm, neck issues, cradle. No issues, straight arm. Turning the chest up, lifting that inner arch even more, unsqueezing the buttocks. And slowly reach through that right hand, lengthen the spine. Bring the legs in. Great. Here comes a twist. So we're going to turn the whole body to your right. Scoot a little bit back so you have enough space and you secure enough on the chair. We do not want to fall off this chair. Throat directly over the tailbone. Right hand is on the back of the chair. Inhale and lengthen up. And let's bring the hands onto the chair, on the back of the chair, so we can anchor and we can use the anchoring with the hands to help us to twist. Couple of things in here. When the hip flexors are really tight, my twist is gonna look like this. If my other parts are tight, my twist is gonna look like this. We're not extending the back yet. Notice what happened when I twisted, what happened to this right knee, left knee. It went forward. Can we level the knees? Pretend that there is a wall in front of you and you cannot push the left knee forward. You have to keep it leveled while you twist it. Drop the left, this is actually the right. Drop the right shoulder blade down. Inhale, lengthen the spine, press the feet down. Exhale, pull the belly button in and twist a little more. Stay in the twist and keep your eyes on the horizon. I know you can see my back, but you can also see my front from the middle, so just look in the middle. Find your sternum and the chest bone, and we'll do 3 tiny arching and rounding. We have practiced this spinal work at the beginning several times, so this should be familiar by now, and if it's not, just go slow. Rib cage side to side while you're in the twist, and notice very slowly what is happening from the spinal movement. All the compensations are coming, and the knees squeeze into the front again. Once you did front and back side to side, give me 3 circles. Keep the eyes on the horizon, no looking down. Just feel that that right left knee is not reaching forward. And then once you did 3 circles, notice if your twist could be a little better. breathe. We're going to add a back bend in here. So I need you to hold onto the chair with your left hand. Right arm is going to straighten up. Remember, holding onto the back of the chair, dear life. And very slowly, you're going to lean back, lean back, lean back. If I lighten my feet off the floor, I fall back. Press down through the feet. Lift the chest. It's a lean, but once you lean, it's a lift through the thoracic spine. 3 breaths. And then reach through that right arm. If someone was pulling you up, look straight ahead. Hand comes down onto the chair. Check your twist. And slowly come all the way to the other side. Scoot to the back of the chair so you weight bear in fully. Lengthen through the spine and take your twist to your left. Use your arms and your hands to grab onto the chair, and that's going to be your guiding how much you can twist. Notice right away, if I don't pay attention, this is what's going to happen. Did you see that? So I need to level this. We could have built a wall in here, so I won't be able to cheat. You know, you get the message. Knees are leveled. I'm going to take a twist. Lengthen the spine. Eyes are at the horizon level. Eyes wide open. And maybe a little more twist from here. I could see this sliding forward, so slide back from the hip, from the sacrum. Now find your thoracic spine. Inhale, lift up. Ribcage points up. Exhale, slouch. Now since we're in the twist, this is a little less movement. If you cannot see me well, just notice the movement in the middle. Look up, shoulders away from the ears. Come on to the middle. Oh, twist just went a little better. Rib cage from side to side. Again, we have practiced this quite a lot. Come on back to the middle and 3 circles with the rib cage. If you were stirring a pot with your thoracic spine, with your ribs. Notice the weight shifts on the glutes. Once you did 3, notice your twist. Shoulders drop down and that right knee stayed in there. We opened up the fascia. Now hang on with the right hand. Start taking the left arm up and first just lean back. Remember, we want weight on the feet, press down strong, and once you cannot lean or don't dare to lean anymore, that's fine. Give me a lift through the chest, and that makes the pose perfect. Perfect for you. You just perfect where you are. Use what you have. One more breath. And then reach the arm up. Release the arm. Notice your twist is really going well. And then come on back right to the front. Take the legs wide again. Scoot to the front of your chair. Begin a round forward. You know what? Just in case, grab the blocks. So tilting the pelvis forward, that's going to bring me to a comfortable position. But I want more. I want the arms lower and I would like a full rounded position. I actually don't need this. I just wanted to show around. Now we all need to release the head for the next exercise, and I will talk a little louder. Release the head all the way down. Hair has to come away, and I need you to create, interlace your fingertips, have the palms, not the palms, the thumbs pointing up. You're going to place your index finger where your skull meets your neck, and then you're going to have the palms digging directly under your skull. Can you hear me? Great.
Gently, very gently pressing down through the head, tucking the tailbone back and finding the thumb, lifting the hands off the head and moving the thumbs into the muscles of the neck on each side. Slowly. The padded part of the thumb goes all the way down from your skull where your neck meets your shoulder. That's your upper traps in there. You can see how I hook. We're going to come up again. Place the hand on the top of the head and notice how much lower that went. One more time, the thumb action. Starting from the base of the skull, your choice of pressure. You're going to feel slow movement, create a lot of contact between the thumb, not your nail, the paddy part of the thumb, all the way down. Release the face, release the jaw. Find the attachment of your upper traps, hook in that thumb, and then release. 3 full breaths. Pull the shoulders to your ears, tuck the tailbone under, and let this go. Can we surrender in here? One quick check, make sure that the knees are not caving in. Coming out. Place the hands onto the thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the belly button in. The spine will lift. Lumbar spine first. Pull the belly button in. Remember that zipper example, pulling the belly button in. Lengthen the spine up towards the ceiling, and eventually the neck will lengthen and the head will come up. Look straight ahead. You might be a little dizzy. Bring the feet closer to each other. Scoot back and lean back on the chair. And now find where the chair is digging into your spine, into the shoulder blades. You're going to keep that spot. Again, interlace the hands, support the head. Elbows are pointing out to the side. And start lifting the chest up to the ceiling, letting the head lean back into the hands. Arch the low back, look up, and let the chair support you. Yes, the back of the chair is digging into the spine, exactly at the spot where we usually get the most amount of tension. This is the spot usually where the tension comes from looking at our iPhone all the time. And obviously we don't look at the phone like this, we go in the opposite way, so this is nice to open up. Take a huge breath in here. And when you exhale, help with the hand, slouch and round all the way forward. Is a very slow exhale. Not going all the way down, just until your exhale was. Then lifting up, no weight on the hands. Lifting up, leaning back, still inhale, still inhale, still inhale. Open up, full inhale. I know, it's a long inhale. Exhale, start lifting, lift, 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 and slowly all the way back. One more time. Inhale up, lengthen, then lean, and open up. Release the back of the head, and exhale this time, just come on to straight spine. Release the arms, roll the shoulders up to your ears, take them back, and give me a couple of more shoulder rolls. And we'll have one more thing to do in here. We're going to finish the work as we started out.
You're going to keep stretching the top of the foot, this time both at the same time. So scoot to the front, take one foot back, and then take the other foot back. Now, if this feels not safe for you, I need you to go one at a time. So please, 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 don't feel bad if you hold in that 3 or 4 breath and then you switch. If you're a little bit more adventurous, let's drop both. Find the top of the foot and then try to point the heel straight up to the ceiling without looking. Just look straight ahead and feel. If you need to hang on to the chair or to your thighs or to something, do that gently. And then think that I'm asking you to roll the heels out, not to kill the pinky toes, but can you rotate the heels out, rotate the shin, that's going to come up to the hips, then rotate the heels back in and drop them inwards. For some of us this is easy, rotating towards the heel pointing up and then pointing all the way out. One goes much better than the other one. I need to talk to that side. And come on back. And then this time, see if you can take the legs a little further back behind you because we opened up the front of the ankles. Breathe in there. Take a few breaths. Let the legs be heavy. No tension. And then releasing the stretch. Come on to the front. Bring the feet a little closer to you again, heels down. Remember lifting the toes, lifting the heels, stay on the ball of the foot. Press from towards the pinky toe to the big toe, just kind of shimmying the legs, stay on the ball of the foot. And then take the foot down, walk your feet forward, and then try to roll the ankles out. Point the toes towards each other. Let's do something. Bring the toes together. Press the big toes together. Let's see if we can meet the pinky toes. And let's see if we can meet the heels. Knees out. Pinky toes, big toes pressing, heels are pressing. If anytime your feet is cramping, just come on out. Move the foot and the ankle and then try to come back. It's a very interesting work to open up the lateral ligaments of the ankle. So whenever you step off a curb unexpectedly, those ligaments will be long enough so they will not snap. That's a very good benefit for this position. And then slowly come on back out. Take the legs one more time out to the side. Scoot to the front of the chair. 3 pelvic rolls. Back and forth, as we learned at the beginning. Notice when you roll forward, the knees want to come in still. Side to side with the pelvis, not the rib cage. Little pelvic circle to the opposite direction. And then 3 full circle with the rib cage. You already got this down. You feel in the movement, the whole spine, each vertebrae can move on the one before, above and below. Your lungs will thank you, they can spread better, you can breathe better, and you can stay energized longer if your breath is better. Bring the feet together, shake the legs. Thank you for practicing. Hope you enjoy the practice and the freedom of the spine. If you have any other positions that you would like to practice, keep going on or just repeat these ones. Thank you.